Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable little teacher coasters. These are so cute. It is almost the end of the school year and my daughter has a graduation coming up, so super cute little Head Start graduation, and I want to make her teachers, which she has 4 teachers in her classroom, so I'm making them all tumblers and I'm also making them their own little coasters. So I really wanted to show you guys how to make these coasters because they are so simple to do and they are absolutely adorable. So these are the ones I'm working on right now. I have this one finished and then I'm working on these 2 in the molds now, and I wanted to start on the 4th one and let you guys see that. So what I did, I got these cake molds. They are large cake molds on Amazon. Of course, I will have a link in the description for you guys. And I got, let me show you some, I just went to the Family Dollar and got what I could find. There wasn't a whole lot. Sorry if you can hear the rain. It's pouring today. So I got some Crayola crayons, some paper clips, and these super cute little pencil erasers. But where I messed up with this one, these are really super thick. So what I did with these 2 and what I will be doing with this 4th one as well is I cut them just right down the middle with my X-Acto knife so I can lay them down flat and the epoxy will cover them up much easier. So yes, we are going to epoxy real crayons, real paper clips, and real pencil erasers. So let's get started. So I decided to do a voiceover for this because it was raining so hard when I was trying to do this. Y'all saw it at the end there. I was not going to be able to talk. So what I'm doing here to start a brand new mold coaster, I am adding a very thin layer of epoxy to the bottom. And I'm doing this because when that hardens and I add all of the items, the crowns and whatnot, they're going to sit on top of that layer instead of sinking to the bottom and kind of like poking out at the bottom. I want everything to be nice and smooth. And then to finish off the ones that are almost done, I'm just adding a top coat so the vinyl names will be permanent. And once I'm done with my epoxy, I'm taking some 91% rubbing alcohol and immediately going in and just like a few spritz. And this is going to help reduce the bubbles tremendously. Now, of course, there will still be some lingering ones, but the alcohol helps a lot. Alright, so here we are the next day. The 2 that were in here, I finished them, took them out. They're looking really super cute. So now, like I mentioned earlier, the reason we have this little base here is because I don't want the crayons and the other items that I'm putting in there to sink to the very bottom and kind of like bump out of the very bottom of the coaster. I want it to be completely smooth, so I put just a thin layer to have all of my items sit on top of. So now I'm actually going to go in with the items, and the last teacher that we have here, her name is Miss Amanda, and she also doubles as the school bus driver. So I'm going with yellow for her crown. So I'm just going to place that crown like so. And then I'm going to go in with the half pieces of these little erasers. And at this point, I'm just kind of like randomly scattering some items throughout. Trying not to, like, I didn't want to add a yellow eraser because there's already yellow there. So I'm just trying to add some things randomly, but yet strategically. And now I'm going to go in with this really pretty, like, multicolored dot glitter from the Glitter Grind. It's called Under the Sea. And I'm going to just a tiny bit in my hand here and sprinkle that throughout just to fill in some more space and to add a little more pop of color. Didn't even use it all, just a tiny little bit. Now the only thing that's left to do is to fill, well, I can't say fill, almost fill it up. We want to almost fill it up just to like right under where it would be full, because what I want to do is once that layer cures, put down her name and then add the final top coat so it can't come off. Alright, so it's the next day. The epoxy is good. I still ended up getting a few bubbles. So what I'm going to do is, instead of taking it out of the mold, I want it to say exactly where it is. So whenever we put the last coat of epoxy on, it won't like drip down in the sides and make like a weird mess. So I'm going to leave it in the mold and take my Dremel and just very, very gently go over these bubbles. I did this with my last one and it helped a ton. So I'm going to take some 91% rubbing alcohol and just rub that down and get that like a epoxy dust off of there from using the Dremel. And this last layer of epoxy will go right in there and cover all of that up and make it look good. So now here is the name that I'm going to put on there, Miss Amanda. I cut this out on my Cameo and it is about 3 inches long. And oh gosh, it was less than an inch tall. So I don't want it to go the same direction as the crown is. I want it to go the other way. You don't have to, but that's just like my personal opinion. I'm gonna lay it right down on there. There we go. And now the only thing that's left to do is to add the last coat of epoxy and get the rest of this mold filled up, and that will make this vinyl right here permanent. Alright, so now this one is done, so I'm going to go ahead and demold it, which it comes out perfect. Set this to the side for now. And aside from a couple bubbles here and there, it looks really, really good. And what I like to do for these, like you see with this one here, I put a piece of cork on the back of it. And I do that just because, you know, if you're putting it down on a hard table, it just gives it a little bit of cushion so nothing cracks or it doesn't damage a table or something like that. So I got these on Amazon, oh my gosh, like 2 years ago, and they've just been sitting over here. I haven't used them. So I'm going to use them now. And what I like to do is set this down on there, and it is almost too big, but it fits it pretty good. And I take my pen and press down on it and just make myself an outline, because I'm going to cut to make this a circle so it fits on there. So I just made a little outline. And now I'm just going to go in with my scissors and cut. Try to cut as clean as I can. It's kind of hard to cut this stuff because it does fray a little bit once you start cutting it. But I'm going to try to make it as clean as I can. And now I just flip it upside down, remove the backing, center it up, lay it down, and there we go. I also like putting a little background on it because I feel like you can see everything a lot better when there's a background. So overall, adding the cork just makes it all come together. This one was the very first one that I tried. It is a practice one, definitely messed it up, so that's why I have another one in the mold right here. I'm going to replace that one, make it look better. Before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "Make a determination that you will live your purpose today." That was said by Daniel Budzinski. That is all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. These are so cute and so fun to make, and I hope you can get yours made in time before the school year ends. Like always, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!